Okay, so just want to journal my loss here. Happy with the loss because I told myself yesterday in my recording, right? If you go back to yesterday's, I told myself there was a daily recap instead of any trade recap, and that's because, well, I decided to be a bitch and not enter when I saw my model because I was scared. Oh, I don't want. I have a nice winning week. Like I'm up on the week. I'm up on the month. I don't want to. I don't want to lose. Oh, boo, dude. And then two times my model appears yesterday, and they're both winners, and I could have entered and been up more on the week. So I told myself that's a shitty mentality to have. When your model appears, you're gonna enter. Be robotic. And that's what I did today. My model was here, I entered, and sadly it was a loss. And losses happen with any trading model. Um, but that's why you have to take it like you're a robot because this loss wouldn't hurt as much, and it doesn't hurt. It was only one contract, but it wouldn't hurt nearly as bad if I would have won yesterday, taken a trade and won yesterday. So something to, but I am happy that I took this loss because I would have been more upset had I not entered and it went in my direction than having entered and it went and hit my stop loss because of what I told myself yesterday. If I see my model, I'm going to enter. So anyway, daily is bullish, 4 hour is bullish, and we are um, respecting this 4 hour fair value gap that we tapped into. Um, Hourly was still technically bearish. When I entered, it was up here though, this candle, and we were very close to closing. So, give me 1 second. I gotta see where this is headed. Yep, sorry, I just had to pause real quick because price is moving. I just wanted to see if there was any opportunity for a re-entry. I don't really like how we left we engineered more liquidity. If you go to the 1 minute where I got stopped out, this isn't my trade, by the way. I was testing, uh, seeing what the RR would be for the re-entry, but I got stopped out when we went below this low, and you can see we never came and swept. Like, we kind of just engineered more liquidity. I don't like how smooth these lows are. I know this technically was lower here, so we swept technically, but either way, I don't really like that. So I'm very hesitant on the reentry. But regardless, like I was saying, the 1 hour has actually flipped bullish with that close, and we were very bullish up here, even though yes, we hadn't closed yet, and it was still technically bearish until it closed. But okay, daily 4 hour and 1 hour. Daily 4 hour bullish. 1 hour was it was technically still bearish. 15 minute was bullish, so we had majority of time frames were bullish. So that's good as far as order flow. We had a sweep of this low here when we came down here. Okay. We actually swept this low again. We swept this low with this candle here. Again, respecting a 4 hour fair value gap that's within there. We had some distribution after this sweep, and on the 1 minute, we got a 1 minute sweep and distribution. So I said, okay, I'm going to place a limit order here, stop underneath this low, target this wicks high for a 1-to-1, or a little over a 1-to-1. I have this here as just a consequent encroachment of this wick. Probably would have set my stop to break even once we closed above this. And that was the trade. But at the end of the day, I followed my model here because order flow is on my side. It was giving me a clear picture, in my opinion. We had a sweep on not only the 15 minute, right? The 15 minute sweep could have been a little bit better. And I was a bit hesitant with this sweep because, again, we still have like some lows here, right? Obviously. But we swept this swing low here and then swept again. And you want to argue that's not the cleanest sweep? I get it. But then we have this 1 minute sweep, and again, order flow is still on our side, which is a big deal to me. Very, very nice distribution. Yeah, I would say the only thing here that maybe could have been better was the draw on liquidity. Not in the sense of like, I think it was reasonable. I wasn't targeting anything too high or anything like that. But I guess like, no, I mean the draw on liquidity is fine. I'm not gonna pick this thing apart. Yeah, but that was the trade. Ended up it was like a minus 158 or something like that. Just one contract on here, and yeah, so you win some, you lose some. But I'm happy that I entered this because honestly, had it hit here, had it entered me, but I didn't actually have a limit order. I chickened out again, and it went in my direction. I would have been very upset at myself. So I'm happy with the result, regardless of whether we lost or won. I entered with my model, so that is all that matters. So, yeah.